able to simply pay for the previous 4 months as means of gaining immediate access to NEMA-insured health services. Instead, they will be required to undergo a 4-month waiting period from date of registration, during which they're expected to make 4 consecutive monthly contributions for their NEMA accounts to be activated for use. Register and start contributing today. Don't wait until you fall sick. National Health Insurance, leaving no one behind.
NEMA Health Insurance. Chingiriza banjala boywe, protect your family.
Wow, that over there is a very nice Ford. Have you seen it?
Of course. I have been looking at it since we got here. My worry is how people manage such vehicles and where they buy genuine parts from.
I'm sure there's nowhere else apart from Shuma Auto Parts. They are the only supplier of genuine Ford and Mazda parts, which comes straight from the manufacturer. They have everything in stock for both latest and ordinary Mazda and Ford. They also stock service parts such as diesel filters, air con filters, diesel pumps, steering pumps, turbochargers, engine overhaul gaskets, suspension parts, and body parts. If they don't have parts you're looking for, they can order within 5 to 10 working days. To top it up, Shuma Auto Parts also supply Maxxis tires and CST tires.
Really? But where are they found?
They are found on Chandram Sonda Road, Cruiser Auto Workshop in Lusaka. Call on 0979 192057 and 0960747235. Email shumaautoparts@gmail.com. Shuma Auto Parts for all your genuine vehicle parts.
The Happy World of 5FM Radio, your adult contemporary radio station in Zambia, connecting you to the newsmakers and events that make news in the global village.
Good evening. This is the 5FM main news at 18:30 with Judith Mwape. The headlines. Man dies in police custody. The church has called on relevant authorities to clarify the circumstances surrounding Father Chewim Kosa's case. Biden pressure on Israel not enough, says dissenting U.S. officials. And now the news in detail. A 37-year-old suspect identified as Stephen Chisanga of George Compound has died in police custody after experiencing conversions. Confirming the development, police spokesperson Ray Hamonga says the preliminary investigation have determined that on April 8, 2024, at approximately 21:30 hours, fellow suspects alerted the shift personnel that Mr. Chisanga was experiencing conversions, and immediate action was taken to remove him from the cells, whereupon it was discovered that he had already passed away. Mr. Hamonga says it was further revealed that the deceased had a history of high blood pressure. Mr. Hamonga explains that the body was transported to the University Teaching Hospital mortuary, where it awaits post-mortem and burial, while a thorough investigation will be conducted to ascertain the circumstances surrounding his untimely demise.
According to the preliminary investigation conducted, it was determined that Mr. Chisanga on the 8th of April 2024 at approximately 21:30 hours, fellow suspects alerted the shift personnel that Mr. Chisanga was experiencing convulsions. Immediate action was taken to remove him from the cells, whereupon it was discovered that he had already passed away. It was revealed that the deceased had a history of high blood pressure. The body was swiftly transported to the investigating hospital where medical personnel certified his death. Subsequently, the body was transferred to the hospital mortuary where it awaits postmortem examination and burial arrangements.
The Council of Churches in Zambia, Evangelical Fellowship of Zambia, and the Zambia Conference of Catholic Bishops has called on the relevant authorities to clarify the circumstances surrounding Father Chewem Kosa's case. The faith-based organizations have expressed concern and condemned in the strongest terms the recent anomalies surrounding Father Kosa's supposed summons to attend interviews at the Zambia Police Division headquarters in Ndola. The trio says they have received information that the Zambia Police Service has retracted the call out and are further perplexed that Information and Media Permanent Secretary Tabo Kawana has denied sharing such a call out. Council of Churches in Zambia Communications Officer Clarence Kauma says the church finds it highly irregular and unacceptable that contradictory statements and actions have emerged regarding Father Mkosa's situation, especially from two senior government officers. Mr. Kauma says the situation undermines transparency, accountability, and the rule of law, which are crucial for a functioning democratic society. He says the organizations reiterate their stance against any form of harassment, intimidation, and undue pressure on individuals, especially religious leaders, who exercise their freedom of speech and expression responsibly.
Information that the Zambia Police has retracted the call and commend them for doing so. However, it is perplexing to note the contradiction by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Information, Mr. Tabo Kawana, who completely denied the existence of any call out. It is highly irregular and unacceptable that contradictory statements and actions have emerged regarding Father Chewem Kosa's situation, especially from two senior government officials. This situation undermines transparency, accountability, and the rule of law.
Government has clarified that the United Kwacha Alliance UKA is neither registered as a political party nor as a pressure group by the Registrar of Societies. Speaking during the press briefing today, Home Affairs and Internal Security Minister Jack Mwimbu says the ministry has received several media queries on whether UKA is legally registered by the Registrar of Societies, necessitated by reports that the alliance intends to hold a political rally on 13th of April 2024 in Kafue, and that they have resolved to participate in all by-elections. Mr. Mwimbu states that on 13th February 2024, UKA chairperson Sakwiba Skota visited the Registrar of Societies office to conduct a name search and reservation for a society called United Kwacha Alliance UKA, which he intends to register as a pressure group, and upon application, the name UKA was accordingly reserved from 13th February 2024 to 13th March 2024, and Mr. Skota was informed that he was free to apply for registration for the pressure group. He explains that Mr. Skota, however, returned on 14th February 2024 with a request to change the reservation category from a pressure group to a political party, of which he was advised to apply formally, and following the expiration of the reservation on 13th March 2024, Mr. Skota requested for an extension of the reservation period.
If our colleagues want to have a rally or whatever, they know what the laws of this country state, and they should just follow what the laws say, other than stating unpalatables against the president, against the police, against the Ministry of Home Affairs. As far as we are concerned as Ministry of Home Affairs, we have not done anything to hinder anyone from exercising their rights. We haven't done that.
The Lusaka Integrated Solid Waste Management Company has secured 2 convictions involving King's Chemicals and Agnes Namukoko at Civic Center Fast Track Court. In the case of King's Chemicals, facts are that unknown debts that on unknown dates, but between December 2023 and February 2024 in Lusaka district, King's Chemicals did provide transportation of solid waste without a license or permit, contrary to the Solid Waste Management Act number 20 of 2018. King's Chemicals Chief Executive Officer Ibrahim Patel pleaded guilty to the offense and was fined 40,000 kwacha, or in default, a warrant of distress will be issued. In a separate event, Agnes Namkoko pleaded guilty to the offense of obstruction of inspectors who were conducted inspections in Kamwala area. She was convicted and fined 7,500 kwacha, or in default 6 months simple imprisonment. This is according to a statement issued to 5FM News by Company Public Relations Officer Siri Muntanga. Committee on Health Chairperson at Christopher Kalila has pointed out that a number of interventions are in place aimed at promoting sexual and reproductive health rights in the country. Speaking during the first ever Zambia Arasa cohort in Lusaka, organized by the Mwaka Nawila Foundation, Dr. Kalila says the committee, working with other stakeholders, is ensuring that identified challenges with regards to access to services are addressed. He says the committee remains committed to provide appropriate recommendations to Parliament in the quest of improving service delivery. He says the parliamentarians play a crucial role when in matters of fundraising and funding of the national budget in response to programs such as reproductive, sexual, and reproductive health services. And Mwaka Foundation Board Chairperson Georgina Mamberezere says the organization has managed initiatives in different thematic areas ranging from education, health, and environment. In other stories trending this evening, Green Economy and Environment Minister Collins Nzovu says there is scope for deepening and broadening mutually beneficial cooperation between Zambia and Czech Republic in drought response and recovery, greening the economy, forest partnership, and e-mobility value chains, among other things. The Zambia Revenue Authority has recovered over 3.2 million kwacha lost through tax evasion from the Nyang Company Limited and Justin Chikwanda on the Copperbelt province after it instituted criminal charges against the duo. Up next, the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
Chongwe Municipal Council has made improvement in revenue collection since the introduction of cashless payment system from manual payment. Chongwe Town Clerk Damson Mukwato recently disclosed during the full council meeting that the newly introduced cashless payment system was effective and efficient in the revenue collection. Mr. Mukwato explains that the local authority has seen an increase in revenue collection since the new system started. He disclosed that before the introduction of the new system, the local authority used to collect 3 million kwacha per month through various revenue collections, but with the current cashless payment system in place, the council is now collecting 7 million kwacha per month. Mr. Mukwato indicated that the cashless payment system and promotes transparency and accountability as it prevents any form of corruption. This is contained in a statement issued by Chongwe Municipal Council Public Relations Officer Thelma Mwanza. That ends the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
And now in foreign news, President Biden's pressure on Israel after last week's deadly attack on aid workers did not go far enough and will fail this to stem the humanitarian crisis in Gaza, according to current and former U.S. officials who have spoken to the BBC. They said internal dissent in government was growing and called for tougher action on arms transfers. Israel said it would open new aid routes after President Biden threatened to reassess policy following Israeli strikes that killed 7 workers from food charity World Central Kitchen, including a U.S. citizen. The U.S.-Israel relationship is currently experiencing its most serious strain in decades after President Biden's phone call with Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu last week that amounted to a defining moment in the 6-month conflict. Here's a rundown from the BBC.
Palestinians in Gaza are marking Eid al-Fitr, the last day of Ramadan, in the midst of the destruction caused by 6 months of war with Israel. The Chinese leader Xi Jinping has said that external influence cannot stop Beijing from unifying with Taiwan. He spoke during a meeting with the island's former president, Ma Ying-jeou. It's the first time a past or current Taiwanese leader has been hosted by the government in Beijing since Mr. Ma's KMT party fled the mainland. At the end, President Xi told his visitor there were no issues that could not be discussed between them. A mass evacuation is continuing in Russia's southern Urals and Kazakhstan as the region tackles its worst flooding in 80 years. The Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said the situation was likely to worsen. President Putin and his Kazakh counterpart Kassym-Jomart Tokayev spoke on the phone about cooperation on battling the floods.
And finally, in sports news, World Athletics has announced it will become the first international federation to award prize money at the Olympic Games. The global governing body said a total prize pot of $2.4 million has been made available for this summer's Olympics in Paris, with gold medalists receiving $50,000. This will be extended to silver and bronze medalists at Los Angeles 2028. World Athletics President Lord Kaur called the decision a pivotal moment. There will be 48 athletics events in Paris, with relay gold medalists to share their prize money among the team. World Athletics said the format and structure of prize money for the 2028 Games will be announced nearer the time. It added that the payment of prize money will depend on athletes undergoing and clearing the usual anti-doping procedures. And now the weather report brought to you by Classic On.
Class Econ Roofing Africa.
Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy.
Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
Southern, Western, Northwestern, Northern, Luapula, Muchinga, Copperbelt, Lusaka, and Central provinces will be mainly cloudy, windy at times, and mild with rain and occasional thunder. Eastern province is partly cloudy, windy at times, and mild with isolated rain. That ends the weather report.
Class Econ Roofing Africa.
Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy.
Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
Report brings us to the end of the news this evening, but before we go, a recap of the top stories. Man dies in police custody. The church has called on relevant authorities to clarify the circumstances surrounding Father Chewemkosa's case. Biden pressure on Israel not enough, says dissenting U.S. officials. For more news, follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the Happy World of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. I'm Judith Mwabe. Good evening.